After the age of 50, something strange begins to happen to our vision. Words on a page blur. Road signs look softer. Night driving becomes stressful. And sometimes it feels like the world is slowly dimming around the edges. Most people accept this as old age. But today, I want to show you something radically different, something most eye doctors simply never explain. Your vision can often improve, yes, even after 50, because what we usually call aging eyesight is, in reality, a set of biochemical and mechanical changes that can be slowed, supported, and in many cases, partially reversed. And in the next few minutes, you'll learn the real reason eyesight declines after 50, and it's not what you think, the silent process that damages your retina every single day, the one nutrient nearly every senior is missing, why screens are not just tiring. They physically change how your eye works, and a daily routine that strengthens your focusing mechanism in just 60 seconds. So stay with me, because your eyesight may depend on these next few minutes. Scientists used to believe that the retina simply wears out, like an old camera sensor. But modern ophthalmology shows something far more interesting. Your eyesight changes because of 4 slow, predictable processes. 1. Oxidative damage to the retina. Tiny bursts of inflammation from UV light, stress, high blood sugar, and screens gradually weaken the photoreceptor cells, rods, and cones. 2. Weakening of the ciliary muscle. This is the small internal muscle that allows your eye to focus at different distances. When it gets weak, your vision fluctuates, especially up close. 3. Decline of essential nutrients. Your eye is one of the most energy-hungry organs in the body. Poor diet, low circulation, and aging reduce the delivery of healing nutrients to the retina. 4. Glycation of the lens. Sugar molecules attach to proteins inside the lens, making it stiff, less flexible, and increasingly cloudy. This leads to glare at night, reduced contrast, and difficulty focusing. None of these processes are random. None of them are destiny. And all 4 can be influenced with lifestyle and nutrition, which means your vision can often be supported and even improved. Here's something inspiring. The retina can regenerate, slowly, gradually, but it can. When you remove inflammatory triggers and deliver specific nutrients, the retina literally increases its protective pigments and improves neural efficiency. This is why some studies show measurable improvements in contrast sensitivity, night vision, focusing speed, color perception, even in adults over 60. Your eyes are not too old, they're simply undersupported. Why your vision feels worse today than 20 years ago. It's not just aging, it's the modern environment. Screens bombard your eyes with blue light. Phones force constant close-range focusing. Indoor life reduces natural light exposure. Inflammatory foods damage tiny blood vessels. Chronic stress tightens the neck muscles that affect ocular blood flow. Your grandparents didn't have these problems because they didn't spend 7-10 hours a day staring at a bright screen 30 centimeters from their face. Vision decline today is faster, earlier, and more aggressive, but also more reversible because the causes are clearer than ever. Inside your eye, millions of tiny chemical reactions happen every second. When your antioxidant defenses drop, which happens naturally after age 50, the retina becomes vulnerable to something called oxidative stress. Think of it like rust inside the eye. This rust damages the macula, the rods, night vision, the cones, color vision, and the photoreceptor membranes. Symptoms include blurry or unstable vision, trouble adapting from dark to bright, slow focusing, a grainy or foggy feeling, and rapid eye fatigue. But there's something very important. This process is not permanent. When you increase the intake of specific carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin, the retina literally becomes more resistant to oxidative stress. These pigments get stored in the macula, forming a natural protective shield. And here's the shocking part. Most seniors get less than 20% of the lutein their eyes need. Your vision isn't fading because of age. It's fading because the macula is starving. If you remember only one thing from this video, let it be this. Low lutein, just fast vision decline. High lutein, just stronger, clearer eyesight. This is not hype. This is physiology. Foods richest in lutein and zeaxanthin include spinach, kale, Swiss chard, egg yolks, coriander, peas, yellow peppers, pistachios. But here's the challenge. To reach therapeutic levels, you need 2 to 3 cups of these foods per day, consistently for several weeks. Almost no one over 50 eats that much. This is why studies show dramatic improvements in eyesight when seniors consume these pigments daily, either through food or supplements. Your retina can't build protective pigment from thin air. It needs raw materials. Your lens is like a flexible crystal that focuses light onto the retina. But with age, and especially with high blood sugar, it becomes glycated. What does that mean? Sugar molecules attach to proteins in the lens and stiffen them. A stiff lens struggles to focus, scatters light, increases glare, reduces clarity, makes night driving harder. It's not old age, it's literally sugar damage. But again, there's good news. Certain molecules help protect the lens. Vitamin C, the lens stores extremely high levels. Alpha-lipoic acid carnosine. These don't magically reverse decades of glycation, but they help restore clarity, support antioxidant activity, and protect the lens from further deterioration. Why you feel eye fatigue. Faster than before, your eye muscles, especially the ciliary muscle, weaken over time. Not because you're old, but because you've spent decades focusing on near objects only. Phones, tablets, books, paperwork, computer screens. Imagine going to the gym and training only one movement for 30 years. Your muscles would lose balance and coordination. The same happens with your focusing system. This is why many people over 50 say, "I can see, but it feels like my eyes get tired very quickly." It's not the retina. It's not the lens. It's the muscular system of the eye, and yes, it can be trained. Now, let's look deeper at one of the most underestimated problems affecting eyesight after 50, digital eye strain. People assume screens just tire the eyes, but what's happening is far more serious. Screens physically reshape your visual system. Every time you stare at something close, your phone, a book, a computer, the ciliary muscle contracts. If you do this for hours daily, that muscle stays in a semi-contracted state, almost like a cramped fist. Over time, it becomes weaker, slower, less flexible, less capable of switching between distances. This explains why many people say, "I look up from my phone and everything far away is blurry for a moment." That moment of blur, that hesitation before the world becomes sharp again, is the early sign of focusing fatigue. You won't hear this from most doctors, because it's not a disease. It's a mechanical dysfunction, the same way your back gets stiff when sitting too long. But here's the important part. Muscles can be retrained. Vision can improve. Just like you can regain strength in your legs, your eye muscles can regain strength and flexibility. Patients who perform the right focusing exercises often report quicker focusing transitions, less eye strain, improved reading endurance, sharper near and distance vision. This isn't magic. It's physiology responding to stimulus, something your eyes have been missing for decades. Dry eyes, the silent saboteur of clear vision. Dry eyes aren't just uncomfortable, they distort your vision. Your tear film is like a transparent coating that smooths the cornea. When it breaks down, even slightly, your vision becomes wavy or inconsistent. People describe it as, "I can see, but not clearly. I have good and bad moments throughout the day." It's not blur, it's more like fog. Here's something shocking. Seniors blink 40–60% less while on screens. Blinking lubricates the eye, delivers nutrients to the cornea, and stimulates the meibomian glands, which release oils that prevent tears from evaporating. Less blinking, faster tear evaporation, shorter blurred vision. But again, this is reversible. The moment you improve blinking habits and support your tear film with proper nutrients, your clarity increases dramatically. The most neglected eye nutrient, Omega-3 DHA. Your retina is made of over 50% DHA, a special omega-3 fat found in fish. When DHA levels fall, something very common after 50, your retina becomes slower, drier, and less efficient. Low DHA causes dry eye syndrome, weaker night vision, slower neural transmission, less vibrant colors. Research shows that supplementing with DHA improves tear film stability, supports macular density, strengthens retinal membranes, reduces inflammation inside the eye. In other words, DHA doesn't just support comfort, it supports the very structure your vision depends on. Food sources include salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, fish oil supplements. Most seniors don't get enough, which is why improving DHA intake is often the fastest way to support vision. The problem of reduced blood flow. After 50, your eyes rely on an enormous amount of blood flow, more than almost any other organ. Tiny arteries and capillaries deliver oxygen and nutrients to every part of the visual system. When blood flow declines, even slightly, vision begins to fade. Common signs of poor ocular circulation include cold extremities, occasional dizziness, sluggish cognitive response, tinnitus, slower wound healing, visual dimming in the evenings. This isn't aging, it's microcirculation decline. Fortunately, microcirculation is highly responsive to lifestyle changes. Just 10-15 minutes of walking after meals can increase nitric oxide levels and improve blood flow to the eyes. Beet juice, pomegranate, and dark leafy greens naturally dilate blood vessels. But there's more. Most seniors don't realize that stiff neck muscles, especially the suboccipital muscles, compress the arteries that feed the eyes. This is why vision can feel tighter or weaker after a stressful day. Relaxing the neck improves blood flow to the retina. Not metaphorically, literally. Blue light isn't dangerous in small amounts. The problem is chronic exposure without recovery. Blue light increases oxidative stress, reduces melatonin, slows nighttime retinal repair, overstimulates photoreceptors, increases dry eye symptoms. After 50, your natural lens becomes less efficient at filtering blue light, making your retina more vulnerable. This is why bright screens feel harsher with age. Your internal protection has weakened. Reducing exposure late in the day allows your retina to rest and repair, which directly improves long-term clarity. Many seniors struggle with glare, halos around lights, poor contrast, difficulty seeing in dim conditions. Night vision relies heavily on rod cells, which are extremely sensitive to oxidative damage. These cells require vitamin A, zinc, omega-3, DHA, lutein, and good blood flow. Without these, rods respond slowly, making darkness seem thicker. But the encouraging news is, rods can recover function when given the right nutrients. Studies show improvements in dark adaptation, the ability to adjust to darkness, in as little as 6 to 12 weeks. Many people describe it as, nighttime doesn't feel so dark anymore. This is one of the earliest signs your retina is responding to support. You've probably heard the classic rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. But for seniors, this is not enough. The upgraded version, proven to help dry eyes, fatigue, and focusing speed, is every 15 minutes, look at a distant object for 30 seconds and blink intentionally 10 times. This relaxes the ciliary muscle, restores tear film balance, and reduces microinflammation in the cornea. This tiny habit creates massive improvements when practiced for several weeks. Your eyes don't fail suddenly. They fail slowly, and they recover slowly. But they can recover, and the earlier you support them, the more dramatic the improvement tends to be. The 60-second focusing routine that rebuilds the eye's engine. Earlier we talked about the ciliary muscle, the autofocus motor inside the eye. Strengthening it is one of the most powerful ways to restore clarity. Here is the routine that ophthalmologists quietly recommend but that almost no one knows about. Do this twice a day. Hold your thumb 20-25 centimeters from your face. Focus on it for 3 seconds. Feel the gentle contraction inside the eye. Shift your gaze to something 6 to 10 meters away. Focus for 3 seconds. Notice how the ciliary muscle relaxes. Repeat 12 to 15 times. This takes about 1 minute, but the effects accumulate. People often report easier reading, quicker transitions from near to far, fewer blurry moments, reduced headaches, a sensation of lighter eyes. The secret is consistency. Just like daily walking transforms heart health, daily focusing exercise transforms the ciliary muscle. Your eyesight responds directly to training, something we forget because we treat vision as purely automatic. The retinal repair process and how to unlock it. Your retina repairs itself every night while you sleep. Cells detoxify, remove damaged proteins, restore membrane integrity, and replenish their antioxidant reserves. But here's what most seniors don't realize. Poor sleep, poor retinal recovery, poor sleep or more inflammation, poor sleep, rapid decline in clarity. Even 1 night of disrupted rest increases oxidative stress in photoreceptors, reduces melatonin production, slows visual processing, causes dry eye symptoms. The next day, melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone, it's one of the strongest retinal protectors known to science. So what disrupts melatonin in older adults? Blue light from screens in the evening, low magnesium levels, high nighttime stress hormones, late caffeine intake, sleeping in a bright room. When melatonin falls, retinal aging accelerates. But when you restore melatonin naturally, not with pills, but with lifestyle, vision improves. Simple changes like dimming your lights after sunset, using warm light bulbs, or avoiding screens 1 hour before bed significantly enhance retinal repair. The 3 foods that support night vision. If night driving has become stressful, if lights have halos, if contrast seems weak, your rod cells, the low light sensors, need support. The top foods for rod cell function are 1. Egg yolks, rich in lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin A, and phospholipids. They deliver carotenoids in the most bioavailable form. 2. Beef liver or cod liver, the most potent natural source of retinol, the active form of vitamin A. Carrots contain beta-carotene, which must be converted into retinol. Adults over 50 are significantly less efficient at this conversion, but retinol from animal sources goes directly into rod cell function. 3. Blueberries. High in anthocyanins that support microcirculation and help rods recover after light exposure. Seniors who consume these foods consistently often report that darkness isn't as harsh and that objects are easier to distinguish at night. This is a sign that rod cells are regaining sensitivity. We touched on glycation earlier, but the impact is far greater than most imagine. High sugar stiffens the lens. High sugar inflames the retina. High sugar damages the tiny capillaries that feed the eye. High sugar accelerates macular degeneration by years. You don't need diabetes for sugar to harm your eyes. Even mild elevations matter. But here's the encouraging part. Reducing sugar intake improves clarity surprisingly fast. Patients often say, after cutting sugar, my eyes feel cleaner, brighter. Why? Because inflammation decreases, tear film stabilizes, and blood flow improves. A simple rule for seniors. If you want better vision, lower your sugar by 30–50%. The benefits show up in weeks, not months. The red light phenomenon, a new frontier in vision support. This is still emerging research, but early results are promising. A 2020 study found that exposing the eyes to deep red light, around 670 nanometers, for 3 minutes per day can improve retinal mitochondrial function, enhance color contrast, increase visual acuity support, aging photoreceptors. This is not UV. This is not blue light. This is mitochondrial-friendly, low-intensity red light, similar to what you see at sunrise. Why does it work? Because the mitochondria inside your retinal cells, the structures that produce energy, become less efficient with age. Red light helps them recover function. This is not a miracle cure, and it isn't for everyone, but the fact that such a simple, non-invasive tool can influence retinal health shows how adaptable the eye really is. The eye-brain connection. Vision is not just about the eyes. Your eyes capture the image. Your brain interprets it. When the brain slows down, from poor blood flow, inflammation, or nutrient deficiencies, vision appears blurrier, even if the eyes are structurally fine. This explains why omega-3 deficiencies, B vitamin deficiencies, low magnesium chronic stress, all worsen eyesight indirectly. Your brain needs DHA for visual processing, B6 and B12 for neural speed, magnesium for nerve relaxation, antioxidants for retinal signaling. When these are restored, clarity improves because the brain is finally able to process visual information efficiently. A very common phrase I hear is, "My vision didn't get sharper, but it got easier." That ease is your brain and eyes syncing again. Most people don't know this, but the tiny arteries that supply blood to the eyes pass through the neck. When your neck muscles are stiff, especially the suboccipital muscles, they compress these arteries and reduce blood flow to the retina. This leads to temporary blurriness, visual fatigue, pressure behind the eyes, throbbing sensations, difficulty focusing. This is why a warm shower, massage, or even gentle neck stretches often improve vision temporarily. The eyes haven't changed. The blood flow has. Supporting neck mobility improves eyesight in a very real physiological way. Dehydration thickens the blood, dries the tear film, and increases friction on the cornea. When seniors drink too little water, extremely common, the eyes suffer immediately. Clear vision requires thin, well-oxygenated blood, stable tear film, proper fluid balance. A simple rule: drink 1 glass of water every morning before coffee. Then drink gradually, not all at once. You'll notice brighter eyes, less dryness, improved clarity, fewer afternoon crashes. This is one of the easiest, most overlooked ways to support eye comfort. Now that you understand what damages your vision and what allows it to recover, let's bring everything together into a clear, practical system that anyone over 50 can follow. Because improving eyesight isn't about doing one thing perfectly. It's about consistently supporting your eyes in 5 key areas: nourishment, circulation, rest, muscle balance, inflammation control. When these 5 pillars are strong, your eyes have the internal environment they need to thrive, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Let's walk through each pillar and translate it into real, simple daily actions. 1. Nourish your eyes with the correct nutrients. Your vision depends on very specific molecules, not just vitamins in general, but targeted nutrients that rebuild the retina, lens, and tear film. Here are the most important ones. Lutein plus zeaxanthin. Build the macular pigment layer that protects against blue light and oxidative damage. Without them, the retina thins. Daily sources: spinach, kale, Swiss chard, egg yolks, yellow peppers, pistachios. Omega-3, DHA. The retina is literally built out of DHA. Low DHA, dry eyes, weak night vision, slower neural processing. Daily sources: salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, fish oil. Vitamin A, retinol, critical for night vision, especially in older adults who cannot efficiently convert beta-carotene. Daily sources: liver, cod liver oil, eggs. Vitamin C supports the aqueous humor and helps protect the lens from oxidative stress. Daily sources: bell peppers, citrus, broccoli, strawberries. Zinc transports vitamin A into the retina. Daily sources: pumpkin seeds, beef, oysters. When you combine these nutrients consistently for 6 to 12 weeks, the retina begins to accumulate protective pigments, blood flow improves, and focusing becomes sharper and easier. It's not a quick fix, it's a rebuild. 2. Improve blood flow to the eyes. Your eyes depend on exceptionally strong circulation. Remember, they are one of the most oxygen-hungry organs in your body. To improve microcirculation, walk 10-15 minutes after meals, This boosts nitric oxide and opens tiny vessels. Drink beet juice or pomegranate juice several times per week. Both increase vasodilation naturally. Relax your neck and shoulders. Tight suboccipital muscles restrict blood to the optic nerve and retina. Warm compresses, massage, and slow stretching can dramatically improve clarity. Stay hydrated throughout the day. Thin, well-oxygenated blood supports both the retina and the tear film. Grand improvement in vision often follows improved blood flow. This surprises many people, but once you understand the physiology, it makes perfect sense. 3. Allow your eyes to rest and repair. Rest is not passive. Rest is the moment your cells repair themselves. Avoid screens at least 60 minutes before bed. This preserves melatonin, the retina's strongest antioxidant. Use warm, dim lighting in the evening. Blue-white LED light exhausts the photoreceptors. Sleep in complete darkness. Even small amounts of light delay retinal recovery. Try a relaxing magnesium supplement in the evening. Magnesium glycinate helps calm the nervous system, indirectly supporting ocular repair. Most people underestimate how deeply sleep affects vision, but the eyes are one of the organs that benefit the most from restorative sleep cycles. We already covered the 60-second focusing routine, but let's expand on the strategy behind it. The ciliary muscle needs two kinds of training: dynamic focusing, switching between near and far distances; sustained relaxation, allowing the lens to remain in its natural, uncontracted state. You can support dynamic focusing with the thumb-to-distance routine. You can support relaxation by looking out a window several times per day, spending more time outdoors, resting your eyes on distant objects, intentionally avoiding long, near-focus sessions without breaks. Your eyes evolved for distance, not for glowing rectangles 30 centimeters away. When you return them to their natural environment, depth, distance, movement, they function better. It's not about perfection, it's about balance. Pillar 5. Reduce inflammation, the enemy of clarity. Inflammation damages every part of the visual system: the macula, the cornea, the tear glands, the retinal neurons. Most inflammation comes from high sugar, ultra-processed food, poor sleep, chronic stress, environmental pollutants, blue light overload, but inflammation is highly reversible. Reduce sugar by just 30–40%. Your lens and retina